Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me, TechRC82 here, and in today's video, and tomorrow is going to be our brand new Nintendo Direct that will start at 2 p.m. Pacific time, or depending on your time zone, and I've already been seeing a lot of Nintendo YouTubers and a lot of them predicting of what they might have, of what Nintendo has in store for us tomorrow, and the fact that this is 50 minutes long, like roughly 50 minutes, makes me think that there's going to be a lot of games, but all I can think of is just a minimum amount of games I can think of, because I'm not entirely sure what these 50 minutes could possibly be. We usually get a 35 to 45 minute Nintendo Direct, but I'm going to be predicting to see what they have in store for us. I can only come up with little things, and that's about it. There's no way I can predict something that is like 50 minutes, so apologies if some of the lists I'm going to talk about seems underwhelming, but this is how I predict this tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. And with all that out of the way, let's get started with the first part of the prediction. And that is the obviously factor. Smash Brothers. Like, Ultimate is already going to be a huge part in that Direct, so it's obviously going to be enough that Challenger Pack 9 will have its announcement, though it's not going to have its release date yet, maybe until next month, but they're going to announce who the character is, and then maybe there might be some sort of Sakurai present. If it's going to be this month, which I doubt, then, well, whoop-de-doo, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to predict who Challenger Pack 9 is. I'm not going to say which character it is going to be, because I want to see what you guys think, and also, I want Nintendo to surprise me. So far, Challenger Pack for Fighters Pass Volume 2 has been surprising me with a lot of weird characters. Steve, Min, Sephiroth. I want to see where this whole hype train goes. And the next part of the Nintendo Direct I like to mention is Crash Nintendo Switch. Unlike Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time Nintendo Switch, and more details on it. The game just got announced, and it's going to be ported on the Switch next month, and I love to see if they're going to do some sort of details like what they did with their whole, like, I guess, overview trailer for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I just want to do the same thing for the Nintendo Switch for those Crash fans who want to buy it, and that's about it. These two are going to be some big, obvious factors. The next parts of my prediction is that, now keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of anniversary predictions in this whole thing, so heads up right there. One of the big things I think is going to be a Zelda 35th anniversary special, whether it's like a remake of a new game, or better yet, like some sort of a limited time thing, because if Mario can have the same treatment, then Zelda can have that as well. And plus, this month is supposed to be the 35th anniversary of the Zelda franchise. I think in like the 27th or the 26th, maybe it's somewhere between 26 through 28, but that's really one of the biggest things for the Zelda franchise, and maybe not Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe that could be their holiday game for all we know. Speaking of anniversaries, Mario really needs a new sports game. Now, as much as I like Mario Tennis and Mario Golf and all, I want to at least see some sort of a brand new sport that Mario needs to like go back into, like I don't know, basketball. There was a basketball Mario game, and then Nintendo decided, you know what, just make like tennis games now. I want to see a new baseball game. Maybe a new Mario Strikers. Next Level Games was bought out by Nintendo, so maybe Mario Strikers can have a huge appearance. I just kind of want the old Mario sports games to come back at least, and not just tennis all over again. What a coincidence. The next part is also Zelda and Mario, and one of them being the Age of Calamity DLC. Nothing really special, just the DLC characters that might come for Age of Calamity, because there was some sort of leak in the game's files showing out the voice boxes for the characters that weren't listed as playable characters. One of them being Pura, Robbie, Aster, or Asta, who's basically the main villain of that game, and I forgot who the fourth character was. But I think there would be at least an Age of Calamity DLC that has some involvement in there. Next up is Mario Kart, a brand new one and not some port. I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I want to at least have some sort of a brand new Mario Kart game. Like, maybe not for this year, maybe in like a couple years, maybe next year for all we know. And yes, we did get Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, but I want a full-fledged brand new Mario Kart game with brand new fresh courses, like diverse characters, and that's all I want. I don't want a port. I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I want Nintendo to go back to Mario Kart variety. Now, the next one isn't really special, but all I'm gonna say is that maybe they could give us something Kirby related. Maybe a brand new Kirby game for all we know, because the last Kirby game we had on a Nintendo Switch was Kirby Star Allies, and that was the big mainline Kirby game, and usually every year we mostly get ourselves a Kirby game, whether it is like a big or small sort of deal. Like last year we got Kirby Fighters 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and it was a small game. Then 2019 there was another Kirby game, which I cannot recall, and then 2018 it was Kirby Star Allies, so there has got to be some sort of big sort of Kirby game for this year, as HAL Laboratory before 2020 and teased something really huge for the Kirby franchise. Now that I think about it, next week will also be the release date for Persona 5 Strikers, Phantom Strikers to be exact, on Nintendo Switch, and I like to do the same thing for Crash Bandicoot, just give out some last details before the game comes out. That's how I mostly like my Nintendo Direct sometimes, but then again, like I said, it's 50 minutes it's 50 minutes, like 50 minutes of a whole presentation. Alright, back to anniversaries, one of them being Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, in the past, has been getting his games mostly on Nintendo consoles, aside from, because Sega and the Sega Genesis. Not going to go into that much detail, but Sonic has mostly been going on games such as the Nintendo Wii, the Switch, and this has been to a lot of Nintendo consoles, especially Xbox and PlayStation, and maybe PC, I guess. And since this year is the 30th anniversary of the franchise, I'd love to see maybe a remake or a brand new Sonic game at least. Last year we didn't get one due to the pandemic and all, but I would really like to see one. Next up is Metroid Prime, and no, I'm not talking about Metroid Prime 4. We're gonna have to wait like 50 years for that, but I'm talking about some sort of a Metroid Prime trilogy collection. There's been so many rumors and speculation about the remakes from Metroid Prime 1 through 3 coming to the Nintendo Switch as a full-fledged collection, and if it really does happen, and also this year is gonna be the 35th anniversary of the Metroid Prime franchise. So many anniversaries, am I right? And the celebrations just keeps on going. Then we got Skyward Sword on the Nintendo Switch. There was a listing on Amazon showing off the Nintendo Switch version of Skyward Sword, and then it was delisted from Amazon's list page. But that did cause the Nintendo community to think maybe Skyward Sword could get some sort of a remake for the Nintendo Switch. That's just my prediction. Now that I think about it, Pokemon, more details on the new Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo Switch. This was a game that a lot of Pokemon fans and the community want for so long, and we did got one like a month ago, but then again, we want more details like the community said. Now that I think about it, there was a leaked website showing up the remakes for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Now, usually when it comes to Pokemon remakes, they mostly had to go on the chronological order of when they first released, such as, for example, they did release Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so I want to see them do the same thing for Diamond and Pearl. This is one big game that a lot of Pokemon fans would love to see get remade, and I cannot believe that one of the few gaming communities would actually like their games be remade. That's really kind of shocking in my opinion. And now to end things up is with the Nintendo Switch Online having a Nintendo 64 sort of online membership thing. Now, in the past, we got ourselves a NES, an NES collection and an SNES collection. So, next up, maybe if they have the chance, maybe they could possibly add themselves a Nintendo 64 Switch Online thing where you can play a lot of Nintendo Switch, like Nintendo 64 games like Smash 64, Banjo-Kazooie, all the classics N64 games, especially Ocarina of Time. I think that's when Ocarina of Time was also released on their console. I cannot recall. And now finally to end this off, because I think most of the Nintendo Directs is just gonna be, because whenever in the past, I mostly remember showing off some random games, like either it's indie or like small developers or maybe something like that. So, the best thing I like to think of is Kingdom Hearts on, collection on the Nintendo Switch. It was announced just recently that the Kingdom Hearts collection is coming to the PC, and even though Nomura kind of debunked it, it still did not give, a lot of the Kingdom Hearts fans, did not give off on having Kingdom Hearts on the Nintendo Switch. So, but these are my predictions on what's going to be happening for tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. Now, I want to know your opinions down below of what you think of this prediction list. Like I said in the beginning, I apologize if this list is kind of too small, but then again, I cannot predict so much when it comes to a 50-minute presentation. But I want to know your opinions down below of what you think of the prediction. What do you think might happen for tomorrow's Nintendo Direct? And with all that out of the way, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember this, once a legend, always a legend.
Like a Hellcat.